The 1-2 punch of Barbie and Oppenheimer, collectively dubbed Barbenheimer, proved to be the box office knockout Hollywood was looking for. Barbie won the debut weekend battle with an estimated $155 million in the U.S. and Canada.
So cool.
That ranked as the biggest opening of 2023, and the biggest of all time for a movie directed by a woman. That woman is Greta Gerwig, who helmed the brightly colored comedy about the iconic doll played by Margot Robbie. Barbie took in $337 million worldwide, helped by the doll's manufacturer, Mattel, which launched an all-out global marketing blitz.
How about because this is the most important thing to ever happen in the history of the world?
Oppenheimer, on the other hand, stands at the opposite end of the storytelling spectrum, as it tells a haunting tale about the making of the atomic bomb. The film, which stars Cillian Murphy as scientist J. Robert Oppenheimer, took in more than $80 million in the U.S. and Canada, a strong start for a 3-hour adult drama. It earned $174 million globally. While Hollywood celebrated the busy weekend, the industry likely faces tougher times ahead. Strikes by actors and writers could delay future titles in a year in which many films have already fallen flat. Would-be summer blockbuster The Flash flopped, while new Indiana Jones and Mission Impossible films underwhelmed. Cinemas face a thinning slate of movies, with the next big action film, Dune Part 2, not due until November.
Email exchanges from inside the BBC, they talk about the risk of violating Indian laws. It's easier to rake up the freedom of speech debate, but does it give anyone a free pass to knowingly violate the law? America supports India because it needs India's support in return. And India is working with the US because it suits India's interests. This is how geopolitics works. Last night, he diffused a crisis with his defense minister. But today, Netanyahu was confronted with a new problem. His cabinet seems to have rebelled against him. The UK is looking at the Indian subcontinent to fill its coffers. That India seems to be negotiating from a position of power, like a partner and not a former colony. The US and Russia are dangerously close to an armed conflict. This year, 2023, New Delhi will be the capital of global diplomacy. For a country as diverse as ours, with 88% of the population illiterate, it was a very big deal to write a constitution, and that too, the world's largest. Meanwhile, if we may, here's a Republic Day gift from India for the BBC. A list of suggestions for the BBC for their upcoming documentaries. Number 1, the Kohinoor and the colonial loot. Number 2, an outdated monarchy and unhealthy obsession with the royals. Number 3, racism in 2023. We're waiting.